The traditional way to manage flooding has always been to build bigger and higher flood defences. But as flooding issues become even greater, there has been more interest in looking at increasing flood defences through the use of blue-green infrastructure networks or natural flood management processes. The Eddleston Water project was established by Scottish Government to establish what natural flood management techniques work best and how much they can help. The aim of the project was to reduce the flooding risk to the nearby towns of Eddleston and Peebles, whilst also monitoring the impact this would have on the wildlife within the area. Led by Tweed Forum in the Scottish Borders, the Eddleston Water catchment was chosen because it has a real flooding problem. In 2011, a comprehensive monitoring network was installed in the catchment in order to be able to monitor change. At the same time, the landowners, foresters and farmers within the catchment were approached for their cooperation. The showcase of the project was the re-meandering of a 2.5 kilometre stretch of the main stem to reconnect the river with the floodplain.
So the re-meandering took about 3 years, but you are restricted to the summer months only, and it is a complex process. It involves a lot of earth moving in terms of taking down flood embankments and cutting a new channel and reintroducing the river into it.
The project also involved installing 28 ponds, which act to catch the surface water flow and hold back a large amount of water. Some of these ponds were created on land belonging to local landowners. Therefore, their cooperation was essential.
We've had a very large pond dug on our land as part of the Eddleston Water project. For many years, we've been trying to ensure that we did everything we could to improve the borders for wildlife. We haven't had any financial benefits from the project, except that we were able to be involved with a piece of conservation work that we couldn't possibly have done without the involvement of Tweed Forum.
Now the other thing we have, and we've got them around here, are these engineered log structures, and they try to mimic what happens when a tree falls over, as would naturally happen across a river. And what happens is you temporarily hold back water. Water still flows underneath it, and critically fish can get underneath and get through. But as water gradually rises, it's held back and it floods laterally either side, if you like. And we've got a whole series of these, well over 100, scattered up through these very small upwater streams.
The biggest measure of the Eddleston Water project has been the planting of trees in the headwaters and along watercourses. Over 200 hectares of native tree planting has been carried out with the aim of increasing interception, encouraging infiltration and transpiration, and slowing down overland flows. In all, work has taken place on 19 different land holdings.
Because it's the Eddleston Water project, and because there's a number of farmers involved in it, I think we've all put by and large, our shoulder behind it to make it happen. Financially, a lot of it's basically payment in kind to a certain extent. So there's been drainage work that we've been helped with, and a small amount of money towards the land that was given up for re-meandering. And it's probably something that has raised the amenity of the area, which has got a value for landowners. Aesthetically, it's very pleasing and visually very appealing, and it actually, not just for me, but for other land users or people that enjoy the countryside.
The results of the project have been dramatic. In the main stem, the morphology is vastly improved, with a far greater range of in-stream and riparian habitats. This has had knock-on implications to the aquatic ecology, with a greater diversity of species reflecting the increased diversity of habitats. The log structures have proved to delay flood flows by over an hour, and the project has also shown that infiltration under mature native trees is far greater than under conifers. The success of the Eddleston Water project means that it is now a unique catchment laboratory at both a national and international level. It is hoped that the lessons learnt here can inform work elsewhere that will make communities, infrastructure and land more resilient to the flood events of the future.